What's going on, guys? This is another episode of Growing Pains with Zion Haynes, the only show that answers the question, why am I leaning against this granite countertop? One is because I don't have any chairs and the teeth, it's kind of uncomfortable. It's all up in my hip and stuff. But hey, gotta get that content out there. So for the two of you who actually watch consistently, you might be asking yourself, oh, why don't you have a chair? Well, good news is that I graduated, and other good news is that I moved, and I'm starting a new job soon, so, party, hardy. Be like, new job, who this? I'm sure some of you can relate, some of you graduated, some of you just left college, some of you even graduated high school. It's just the fact that you're leaving the educational system is, I guess, something to be applauded regardless of how you leave it. Whether you leave because, you graduate or whether you leave because of different reasons, you always ask yourself the question like, okay, what next? And that's what today's video is about. It's kind of an interesting topic because, you spend so much time in the educational system, literally from 5 to like 22, that's 17 years or so. And you're just constantly learning, taking tests, having teachers and stuff. And now it's like, work, bills, insurance, renter's insurance, car insurance, and then on top of that, long disability, life insurance, and then we gotta pay utilities, and then after that, I got a budget for retirement. But anywho, aside from the financial stuff, it's more about what do you kind of spend with your free time. It makes you wonder, what is your new objective? I mean, normally your objective is just to get the A, go on to the next grade. But now that you set your own schedule, you set your own goals, it can be a little bit daunting. And that's why today I'm sharing my experience on the matter. Just after graduation, this little free time between now and work, what exactly am I doing now that I've graduated college? And maybe you can get something from it. But like as always, if you enjoyed this content, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and keep a brother alive. Trademark. It's not trademark, but trademark. At the end of the day, we're all in this together, so I appreciate your support, and let's get to the video. Which I'm not even gonna move. I'm just gonna literally just shift my position because it's hurting my ribs. The first thing that I really thought about is becoming financially independent, or rather, what would be the steps in order to become that? So financially independent, to me at least, is one, having enough assets to pay all my liabilities. That's basically the simple equation of it. But, presently I don't have much assets, but I don't necessarily have a lot of liabilities either. So I'm in a perfect place where, all the money that I make from work, I can, save and be strategic about so that I can gain some assets. Maybe a house, maybe some stocks, crypto, it doesn't really matter per se. We're not really talking about this in this video. But if you want to know, there's another video up here, because I definitely did one. Shameless plug, but very shameful. But since I didn't have a job, nor do I have any money to buy assets, I thought that the best way to go about this would be educating myself. I went through taxes with my grandpa, so I read part of the tax code, and I practiced doing taxes within my tax bracket, with deductions and all these type of things, contributing to my 401k, what that would look like, contributing to a Roth IRA, what that would look like. And then I worked with my father as far as doing budgets, how much money am I spending for insurance here, rent, house, so on and so forth, and just having a clear idea of what that is. So that's also understanding the taxes in your individual state, city, as well as the different cost of living. All the research is proven to be invaluable because due to all the moving that I've been doing and all the things I've had to acquire, keeping account of all these charges and changes are giving me a clearer idea of how these next few months or maybe next few years are going to go. Like I always say, it's never too late to become financially literate. You can find this stuff online. You can find this stuff on YouTube. You can also do your own research on different websites or different books and other people that you trust. Now, the second thing that I've been working on more recently is developing a skill. Now, I listen to a lot of different podcasts and things like that, but from a person that I've been listening to more recently, he was talking about developing a need-based business and different companies like that. But that all starts with developing some type of skill, especially when you're in the service industry. Just name a few. You got your doctors, engineers, your lawyers, those type of skills. You got some nail technicians, you got your plumbers, you got your tax preparers. All these are skill-based jobs that people can therefore create companies or create businesses off of that. Developing a skill in yourself can be applicable to developing a company, or even applicable to the job that you have, or maybe even something down the line. I think that trying your best in learning a skill, especially in certain jobs and in certain practices, can be invaluable in whatever future endeavor that you have. So what I've been trying to do is trying to get back into coding a little bit. I've been trying to discover, different skills I can learn. Developing YouTube and editing stuff is also a skill in itself. So I would recommend you to explore some of the things that you're interested in and certain things that you think would be, possibly lucrative or helpful in the future, and enhance your skills on that. The last thing I want to talk about is just determining the type of person you want to be. After you leave college and after you get out the rigmarole, hopefully you're not too deep in debt, or, you have kids, or you're, necessarily in a long distance relationship or something like that. I mean, if you are, then, more power to you. But speaking for those who don't necessarily have to do anything, but really have such an open field in front of them, who ask the question, what should I do? Sometimes the best thing to do is, look within yourself first. Who do you want to be? What type of life do you want? How do you want to feel? How do you want to live? Understanding those fundamental questions will allow you to understand kind of what to do next. I looked within myself a lot, and I figured that, my maturity level wasn't exactly up to par. Certain things that I did were somewhat selfish and short-sighted and just overall stupid and dumb, especially in college. But, I had issues with just letting certain things go, letting go of toxic things, letting go of bad habits, letting go of, certain ideas I have just because I've had these ideas for a long time. I think it's important for you to spend a little bit of time, before you start working or before you start traveling or enjoying yourself, to actually look within yourself and decide, who do I want to be? Not who you think you should be, not what other people want you to be, but who do you really want to be, and what are the steps that you need to take in order to become that person? I honestly do want to be, a husband, entrepreneur, person who's able to provide for my family, not just my, offspring, but, everyone who came before me and my cousins and stuff. But who I am right now, who I am today, isn't that person. I'm not caring enough to my family as it is. I'm not caring enough to my friends and, significant others like that, enough. And for me, it's heartbreaking, but I can't just accept that for what it is, That's why I'm spending the time now and spending the time when I get into work and stuff to nurture relationships better, to be more aware of my negative traits and stuff, and try to find my best to navigate it better. Because I still view myself as a young adult, a boy, if you will. And I feel like I won't become a man until I've achieved, the maturity that is needed to handle all these types of things. Now, I can't define that for you, but I think that, you can look within yourself and you can figure out what exactly you want to be. Become the best man, woman, he, her, they, whatever you want to be, and just go for it. And as we always say in the Growing Pain community, it's a community after all. We're all in this together. We're all growing up. We all got growing pains. So, just if you have a story or if you got something you want to drop in the comments, then feel free to do that. I'll definitely look at it and comment too. If you want to share, of course, that's much appreciated. We're trying to make this a community. So if you ever want to reach out and you want to, share your story or give your intake about certain growing pains and stuff, then feel free to hit me up too. So yeah, this has been your boy Zion Haynes with another episode of Growing Pains, and don't be too lame.